Next left, and then left turn.
Yo. Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Snapzilla Gorilla. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel. Today, I wanted to formally thank everybody for helping me get to 1K subscribers, man. When I started making videos, this was not the goal. You know, I just wanted to put some of my perspective out there, you know, just give a little bit of a taste of where I'm coming from and what a true freedom lover, where they come from, you know. Y'all know me. I stand staunchly on freedom. I'm not left or right, nor am I independent. I am a complete freedom-minded individual, and that's how I operate. That's where my perspective comes from. It comes from a perspective of freedom, right? And I go after anybody who tramples on that freedom. And I appreciate you guys for supporting me. And even you haters, man. Even y'all, people that have been in my comment section as of late, you know, call yourself, you know, going in on me, you know, or schooling me, telling me shit that I've heard 100 million times. I appreciate y'all too, because if it wasn't for y'all flooding my comment section, I probably wouldn't have gotten to 1K as soon as I did. You know, I wasn't expecting that. I did my video. I did those videos on Heavy Duty Country just because, I'm gonna tell you why I did it. It's not because he criticized the NFAC for how they handled firearms. It's not even because he disagreed with their point of view. It's not even that because he disagrees with reparations or whatnot. It's not that. It's because he made it seem like the NFAC was like some terrorist group who was threatening to invade a state to take it over by force and just blowing things way out of proportion. So I felt like, you know, I had to respond to that. I had to, you know. And listen, he has a freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants. Just know that freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences and freedom from feedback from people, man. You say things, people are going to say shit back, just like me. I said what I said. I said there was some white sloppy militia members. People got mad about that. You know, they called me racist or whatnot. Just because I was real about what I was saying. Like, I wasn't being, you know, I'm no micro aggressor. I'm not into microaggression. I'm gonna say what I feel when I say it. You know, he was shitting on the black militia members, and so I wanted to point out to him, like, look, man, you know, they're not the only ones. There's some white ones too. Point blank, period. Even though he didn't say, come out and say, oh, those some black ass sloppy militia members. Didn't have to. It's clear that he has a problem with how they got down. You know what I'm saying? He had a problem with what Grandmaster Jay said about what the mission was. He didn't say that he wanted to invade states and take it over by force. He said that the government he wants land, and he wants land and sovereignty. That's what he wants. You know, that's what he feels like is owed to them and owed to the descendants of slaves, period. And, you know, a lot of you come into my comment section, you tell me, oh, you're not a slave. I'm not a slave owner. Oh, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Irrelevant. Listen, if your parent dies, right? One of your parents die, right? And they leave you some money. Chances are they have debt as well, okay? The debt doesn't go away because your parent died. They still owe that money. You understand? So you're not going to get all the assets that they had. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get the whole estate. Shit's going to be taken out. You got to pay this. You got to pay that. You got to pay lawyers. You got to pay all kind of people before you get your chunk. You understand? Same thing. Just because slavery was 150 years ago and our ancestors were never given what was owed to them doesn't mean it's not owed. It just means that y'all laid on the bill. Period. Like, there's no two ways about it. And listen, I don't think that reparations should be paid out of taxpayer money. The regular Joe, right? The regular worker, the regular white, black, whatever color they are, they shouldn't have to foot the bill for reparations. It should come from the corporations that have benefited directly from slavery. There are many of them, all right, worth trillions of dollars. And it, like, if they had to pay reparations in a certain amount, it'll be a drop in the bucket for them, and they continue making their money. That's who would have to pay the reparations, not you, right? Not you. That's not. I don't think that should happen like that. All right. And you know, y'all come in. Oh, you gotta work for it. You why don't you go to work and earn something? Ooh, blah blah blah. Listen. Just because black people are asking for reparations doesn't mean that they don't know how to work. They ain't never worked in their life. Like, they've been sitting around. Oh, so you think they just been sitting around since they was a kid? You know, I ain't gonna do shit till I get reparations. And they grew up, and they, you know, that you think that's what's on their mind? Hell no. And don't tell me to earn shit. You can't tell me what I need to do to earn nothing, pimpin'. I work. I make over $100,000 a year doing what I do for a living. So what? So what? Reparations are owed, point blank and period. Reparations are owed. Do you know why reparations exist? When you do someone wrong,
left turn ahead, and
they lose so much because of it. They lose their culture, they lose family, and this is what happened to slaves over the 200-300 years that they were slaves. They lost their culture, they lost their language, they lost their freedom, they lost their comfortability, they lost their family, they were separated. Okay, they lost the ability. They couldn't get an education. They couldn't learn how to read. They couldn't learn how to write. They couldn't learn how to spell or count. And then all of a sudden, okay, they ended slavery, and what? Everything was supposed to go at the snap of a finger. Everything is okay for black people then? Hell no. You free slaves and just said, hell, okay, go on about your business. Gave them about $20 and told them on go on about your day. They didn't know how to read. They didn't know how to write. They didn't know how to count. They didn't know how to do math. They didn't know how economics worked. They were forced into sharecropping, where they were automatically given a debt, and they had to pay that debt. And I don't want to hear no shit about Liberia. Shut up about Liberia. Listen, Liberia's in Africa. It don't belong to the United States. They can't give us land that's in Africa. It don't belong to them. And as a matter of fact, none of this land belongs to anybody. No one owns the land, right? Just because the federal government stakes claim to 95% of the country, which is rural open space that is unoccupied, doesn't mean that it belongs to them. So, in reality, if black people wanted to go out and pick out a plot of land that they felt was good and they can grow and raise food and all that other shit and live comfortably, they should just be able to go out and do it. They shouldn't have to be given shit. You're right. They shouldn't. No, they should be able to just be like, look, no one's here. This is ours. We gonna set up shop here. But you can't do that because you got to get permits. You got to buy the land from the government. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to get permission to live. So, I mean, in that sense, we're all slaves to this day. We're slaves in so many ways. Slavery is not a monolith, right? It's so many levels to slavery. Okay, we are slaves right now. I mean, if I can't go and pick out I can't do whatever I want every day. So listen, what they're saying is they feel like they're oppressed by the government. I feel we're all oppressed by the government. And y'all know how I feel. I feel like black people are more heavily oppressed. And then, but everybody's oppressed at the end of the day. And then, you know, you got your black conservatives. It's funny how somebody came in comments and told me I should listen to ABL. Or you should listen to ABL and Brandon Tatum and this, that, and the third person. They'll change your mind. Y'all obviously didn't go back far enough in my videos. Trust me, I pay attention to what Brandon Tatum and Anthony Brian Logan and them say. But just because they're black conservative doesn't mean that, oh, look, a black conservative, let me be one. No. When I hear their talking points and their status like a motherfucker, I can't rock with that. They're statists. You know what I'm saying? They're statists. They believe in law, and they believe that one man has the authority over another. I don't believe in that. So they could never, those type of people could never get me to believe what they believe. The only legitimate authority that one human being has over another is a father or a mother to a child. To a child. Once you become an adult, there is no legitimate authority over you. No legitimate authority. At all. Like, no. Period. So the fact that slavery was able to happen in the first place is completely ridiculous. That we allowed people to rule over us, to become our masters. It's complete asinineness. To this day. You know, oh, if you don't like it, go out and vote. Oh, I'm going to vote for a ruler to rule over me and to rule over you and trust that they're going to do the right thing? No. No, that's not freedom. That's another form of slavery. That's getting you to think that you have a say over what goes on in your community when you really don't. Right? One guy said, Brandon Tatum, he said, don't blame the police officers for enforcing unconstitutional laws because we voted the person into office that created that unconstitutional law. What was it? So, and this is why I can't, this is why, like when y'all say, oh, go listen, listen, man, you gonna sit up here and tell me it's okay for the police to enforce unconstitutional laws because we voted for the lawmaker that created the law. Y'all help me out with this. See, that type of cat don't want no responsibility to fall on the police officers. I don't care if someone voted for this person. If you are a good cop, you would not enforce unconstitutional laws, period. I don't care what your philosophy is. I don't care about the excuse or the justification. Oh, you can't blame the cop for enforcing unconstitutional laws because you voted for the lawmaker. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get with it. Get with the program, bruh. That makes no sense. And when, like, y'all sit up here and hear these type of people say shit like this, and y'all still think that they're intelligent. Y'all still think that they are profound and have this knowledge, this wealth of knowledge that is so, it's like the holy grail of knowledge. No, man. You sit up there and tell me. Listen, let me give you a good example. When I was in the Army, okay, we were told that we had to follow orders unless it's an unlawful order. We were not to follow unlawful orders. Period. You, just like we swore to uphold and defend the Constitution. Next left. And see, the police automatically become filled with cognitive dissonance because they swear to uphold the Constitution and to enforce the laws that would go against the Constitution. I say people's rights come first. And I'm going to point you to 18 U.S. Code 242, which says what? If you violate a person's rights under the color of law, you are a criminal. Huh? Meaning if a police officer violates someone's rights under the color of law, talking about, oh, I'm a cop. You got to do what I say. I'm going to force you to talk to me. I'm going to force you to let me look through your shit because I'm a cop. Under the color of law. That's a crime. 18 U.S. Code 242. And if you end up kidnapping that person, meaning you slap the cuffs on somebody, you throw them in the back of in the back of your squad car, and you take them away when they've done nothing wrong, they have not violated anybody, they have committed no crime, which is to leave a victim. That's what a crime is. You have violated their rights. You have violated their Fourth Amendment rights, Second Amendment rights, whatever you did, their First Amendment rights. If you kidnap them during the commission of that crime, according to 18 U.S. Code 242, you could be sentenced to life in prison and executed. How many police officers today, what percentage of police officers do you think would have violated that law and would likely be executed if that law was enforced like every other law they created? So I can't rock with people who sit up there and tell you that the laws come before your rights, and because it's not our fault the law is unconstitutional, we gonna enforce it anyway. You tell me that just explains what type of person you are. So no, I'm not. I don't need to listen to Brandon Tatum and ABL. No, because they're statist. They are law. They're law abiders who put the laws before the people. What up, man? What's cracking lacking? All right, man. You put laws before the people. You put laws before people's rights. And it's okay because the lawmaker made the law. So it's not the cop's fault, it's the lawmaker's fault. Miss me with the nonsense. So, no, I'm good. I already listened to ABL and Brandon Tatum, and it's for different reasons than you would think. No, I'm good on that. So anybody, this is the type of shit, these cop supporters and all this other stuff, this is what they stand on. Oh, well, yeah, you chose the lawmaker. That's why I don't vote. See, that's why I don't vote. What's the point? I don't want to choose a ruler over me, nor do I want to choose a ruler over you. So why would I do that? No, I'm not voting. No, I'm staying as far away from that. You're not. They say that you're the problem if you don't vote. No, you're the problem if you do vote, because you're okay to these people to rule over you, to be your master. And then when they turn around and do shit like make mass mandatory and all these arbitrary executive orders that they put out, that's actually on you. And when the cop enforces these unconstitutional executive orders and laws, it's on them too. It's on them. They should not be doing that. They should be better than that. Stop blaming the law. Stop shirking responsibility. Everybody has their role, right? Everybody has a role. Everybody plays a role in this bullshit. So it is what it is. I didn't mean to get off into all that, but you people coming on comment, and that's fine. I love it. I like and love every comment that you guys put out there, even the ones that attack me and call me idiots and threaten me, and all these faceless wonders that have their opinion. And it means even less to me when you don't have your face like there and you're just talking shit. It's like, I mean, who cares? Like, your voice doesn't matter to me because you're not brave enough to put your face out there and let me know who's talking to me like that. It is what it is. It's like, and that's the type of shit that fuels me and gives me even better content to put out. Because look, I can show people, look at these people. Look at these people. Now, in terms of the McCloskeys and the NFC and all this other shit, look, the point of this is the fact. They both were handling firearms, and they both had criticisms that needed to be shared. All right, he chose to criticize one group and not the other. That's the whole point. I'm not talking about their causes. I'm not trying to draw parallels between what they were doing. I know one group. Listen, the McCloskeys had every right to defend their property. They had every right to keep and bear arms and keep any attackers or invaders at bay. But they did it in a dangerous manner, with their fingers on triggers and the muzzles pointed at people. That's it. That's simply what I was talking about. I don't care if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a quack. I don't care. I don't care if you're Howard the Duck. I don't care if you're a police officer or you a veteran or whatever. If you're gonna pick up a firearm with the intent to use it, then you must learn how to safely use that firearm. I don't care who you are. So all of you guys that are making excuses for the McCloskeys, that lets me know that you don't really care about firearm safety. You just care about, you know, who's committing the firearm safety violations. Well, if they're this type of person, then it's okay. I'm going to make all the excuses for them. But if they're this type of person and they had their scope on backward and a Jam 22 rifle, oh, I'm gonna get all up in their ass. It just shows the hypocrisy. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy, y'all. Right? I'm not saying that their causes are the same. I'm not saying this, that, and the third. I'm saying that the McCloskeys were dangerous with their weapons, and you didn't point it out. But you decided to point out a backward scope, which might not even been a backward scope, might just been a scope, the type of scope it was, and a Jam 22. Neither of which were dangerous, and none of those things could have harmed the person next to them because they had good muzzle and trigger discipline, unlike the McCloskeys. Why ain't you talking about their bad trigger discipline and their bad muzzle discipline? That was the point. So anyway, I don't care. Y'all keep. I'm a different kind of cat. I'm on a different level. Y'all can keep come talk all your shit. I don't pander to any group. I don't pander to whites. I don't pander to blacks. I pander to the truth and to the facts and to freedom. That's it. Point blank and period. And I'm gonna every now and then I'm gonna come up in here. I'm gonna speak my mind on some certain shit and have my opinion. Y'all don't like it? Y'all can kick rocks. Y'all can strap in and hang on for the ride. All right? It is what it is. So that's all I got for y'all for now. Thank you for helping me get to 1K. And we're going to keep this train moving, y'all. We're going to keep it pushing. Go outside, get some sunlight, get that exercise, fight the Rona. Let's focus on our common enemy. And the reason I do this, man, with these certain individuals, these certain YouTubers, is because I want to try to help open people's minds up to the fact that certain people are sowing division and perpetuating division, even though they talk about the division that's being sowed and perpetuated by other people. They turn right around and do the same type of shit. So, it is what it is. But some people don't see the same enemies that we all see. It is what it is. They're stuck in their cognitive dissonance and the cult of personality disorder. So certain people can do whatever the fuck they want, and some people can't in these people's mind. Like they don't, it is what it is. So anyway, peace out. Much love to you.